Hi and welcome back friends. Now in this video we are going to touch another topic in the series of functions in C. This topic is on scope of variables and this is one of the most important topic to understand. Okay, so now the topics that we will be covering in this tutorial are, so first we'll discuss the definition of the scope in general context and in programming context. After that we'll see that how many types of variables are there on the basis of scope, and we'll discuss each one of the variables in detail with the help of examples. Okay, so let's start the video and stay tuned with me. Let's start the video by seeing the definition of a scope in general. So scope in general means it is extent or border up to which something can be worked with. So as simple as that. So it is saying that it is the limit or extent of using something, okay, inside something. So this is the definition of a scope in general. Okay, now let's talk the definition of a scope in programming context. So in programming, scope means something this. So in programming context, scope is generally defined as the scope of variables but nothing else. Okay, so we will be talking about the scope of variables in the programming context. So scope of variables is defined as the extent of the program or code within which that variable that has been declared can be accessed or worked with. So this is the limit of the variable, okay, up to which we can use inside our program. Okay, border point up to which we can use some variable inside our code. So that is called the scope. As of now, just understand as much as you can from this statement only. The detailed definition will be having in the later stages of this video. Okay, so now let's talk about the types of variables. So basically variables have been categorized on only in two types on the basis of scopes, on their scopes. So the two types are, first is local variables and second is global variables. So we're going to talk each one of them in detail with the help of examples. So stay tuned with me and let's move forward. So let's talking about the local variables first. So what is the definition of local? Local means it is just for some area. Local, as the name suggests, local means it is restricted to some area. Its use is restricted to some functions or area. In the programming context, that area can be called as functions or any code inside the curly braces. Let's see the exact definition of local variables. Okay, so variables which are defined within a function, as I was told, local means restricted to some area. So in the programming context, that area is called as function. Hence we are saying variables which are defined within a function or block are said to be local to those functions. So what is, if you define any variable inside a function or inside any curly braces, then that function will be local to that function only. That means that variable can be only accessed and used inside that function only. So that's why we call local variables. Okay, so local to something, local to function, local to some kind of blocks of code. Okay, let's see the example to understand it completely. So here I have example. So we have int function here in which I am calling askMarks function. So what is the purpose of askMarks here is that it will scan the value of the marks from the student and finally it will print the marks inside the askMarks function. Okay, and after printing inside the askMarks function, we'll see that whether we can also fetch the data that has been stored in the marks inside the main function or not. Okay, so as of now the line number has been commented because let's understand first this code completely. Okay, so as soon this askMarks will be called in the line number 12, then the code will go on to the line number 2 as it is void type. So void functions return nothing. That means it will not return or it will not give any kind of output in integer, float or character. Okay, that means it will does not return anything. Void function. Now coming on to the point, so it will go on to the line number 2, it will see the declaration and definition also. So it will come on to the line number 4. As line number 4 we have declared and initialized one variable whose name is marks. In line number 5 I have scanned the value using ampersand marks and scanner function, and after that I am trying to print the value that has been stored in the marks variable. Okay, so and after that I am returning this function. I am not returning any integer. I am saying that the task has been completed. Now just return without giving any output to this function. So it will return from line number 7 to line number 12. Okay, so nothing to do more in line number 12, hence it will come down to line number 15 and it will return the program. Okay, so if you will execute and compile this and run this code, then the output will be the value that has been stored inside the marks. Say I have scanned the value as 99, then the printf statement will give 99 as an output. Now what will happen if I uncomment this line number 13 and if I want to print the data that has been stored in marks inside the main function only, then you will get a sudden error. Okay, so the error will say that undeclared, some kind of undeclared terminology will be there, undeclared inside main function. So what it will try to say that, oh look, marks has been declared inside this function, has been become local to this function only. That means local means the borderline is this function only. You cannot fetch or you cannot do any kind of operation outside this function. Hence if you will try to fetch the data outside this function, say inside main function, then you will get an error. So this is the concept of the local variables, that these variables are local to some particular functions or local to some area up to which you can fetch the data. Okay, so this is the concept of local variables. Till now I hope you have understood this part completely. Okay, so just read the statement for revision purpose. So it is saying that marks has been local to ask marks function, as you can see in line number 4, only because it is declared inside the ask marks block or function. Okay, hence we cannot use marks function inside the main function. So that's the whole concept of the local variables. Now let's move on to the global variables. Now the thing is that, say if you want to fetch the data that has been stored in the marks inside the ask marks functions and also inside the main function, then how can you do? So we can do by using the global variables. Okay, so let's move on to the global variables. So here is the definition of global variables. As the name suggests, again, it is global, means it is global to all the code, all the blocks, all the functions, all the area. That means you can use, so in the programming context, that means that you can use these variables, can be accessed from any part of the program. So how to declare the global variables? To declare these variables, you need to declare those variables at the top position. That means outside of all functions and blocks. So let's see the quick example of this. Okay, so here is the example. Again, I have hashtag include stdio.h, and soon after I have declared one global variable. You can see it has been declared outside all functions, outside main function also and outside void function also. So hence a has been declared as global variable. Now if I want to fetch the data that has been stored in a as a global variable inside both these functions that I have. Okay, so the function that I have is, one is main function from where the program starts to execute, and next one is void function. Okay, so the code will come after line number 5 to line number 14. It will come again to line number 16 and it will print the value that has been stored in a. So do note here is that here is the typo, here is the mistake. This should not be ampersand here. Ampersand should not be here, only a should be here. And another typo is that as we are calling the num function, so void should not be here. Okay, so I have kept it down for your convenience. Sorry for this mistake. Okay, so now coming on to the point, line number 16, I have stored the value in line number 5 and I want to print that value inside the main function. So the output will be 10 only because it is a global variable. Okay, so we'll be able to fetch the data that has been stored in a in all the functions. So inside the main function also I will get the value a as an output again. Now I am calling the num function. So as soon you call the num function, it will go on to the line number 7, and after that in line number 9 I am trying to print the value of a. So again the value of a will be 10 only because it is global variable. Okay, now as you can see that we can fetch the data inside any function. Now we want to make a change inside one particular function, and we will see that whether that change can be seen in all functions or not. So here I am changing the value of a from 10 to 5. Now let's see that whether it is also changed inside the main function or not. Okay, so after changing the value of a from 10 to 5, I am returning nothing but returning. Okay, so I will return, I will come to line number 7, nothing to do more. Again I will go on to the line number 18, and if I print this, then I will get the value of a as 5, because a has been changed from 10 to 5 inside the num function. That means if you do any kind of changes inside any function, then that will appear in the rest of all the functions. Okay, so this is the concept of the global variables. So now just read these statements for our convenience and revision purpose. So here a can be accessed at any part of the code, because we have declared a as a global variable, and you can see that we can change the values in any function, as we have done in the void num function also, and that change will appear also in another functions or blocks. Okay, so this is the main concept of the global and local variables. So I hope you have understood it completely. Okay, in case you have not understood it completely, so please comment in the comment box, or either you can go through this video once more. Okay, make sure that you focus on all the wordings that I am using. Okay, so that's it for this video. Thank you and Jai Hind.